Jane Juanita Awala, Operations Manager at Ontoko Poultry. We are a poultry farm. We farm with specifically layer chickens, but we do have a small portion of the bushveld chickens as well, which are traditionally known as the Oshuambo chickens. We supply quails and quail eggs as well. Especially like when we just receive them, that's when chickens are most prone to be very completely stressed. They tend to stop laying. Some of them even get like diseases. They just pick up diseases from the stress. We try and limit too much movement in between the coops. For example, we try and make sure that the workers that are working with the bushveld chickens don't interact with the layer chickens on the same door at the same time without them disinfecting. So with the weather change as well, especially in the winter is definitely the hardest time of the year for us, because the chickens, they can even like not lay at all. You know, you find a chicken not laying at all for the day, and that changes the shift of flow completely. So we always try, and maybe a week or two before we see that's really getting cold, we'll try and give them something to strengthen the immunity. So it's the little things that you could really miss, and with the losses you learn then, okay fine, this is done differently, or this should be done this way in order for you to be able to have a more sustainable way of going forward. Social media platforms have been a big boost in growing the company in terms of sharing flyers on social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and then later on it became word of mouth. For example, in the cases that I have a few restaurants that I do supply and a few shops, and this was really just from, hello, I saw your flyer, we're interested in having a conversation, can we sit down? And that's grown ever since, and I can only be grateful for social media for availing those platforms to see how much more we can grow with it. So profitability only started coming in after we gained experience. So that's when we started seeing that, okay fine, it's more profitable now for us to hire staff who are able to make the business more profitable, in them having more hands and just being able to run the houses more efficiently. So going along, I definitely want to have trainings offered for women specifically. I want to then have training for women, limited to, maybe we say, okay fine, we'll take on the youth first, and we'll take on the older group, and then we just stage it out and then see how much further we can definitely make Ontoko Poultry women training a thing. One thing I'll strongly advise is try and find out as much as you can about what you want to get into before you get into it. It saves you so much loss in time, money, you know, where you can engage people who are familiar with the field you want to go into, and then just learn, pick, grow, but don't ever limit yourself. Don't tell yourself you can't do it because you're already in your head about not being able to do it. So there's no such thing as impossible. Never that. I'm a psychologist, but I'm in farms now.